Hello everybody. In this unit, you're going to have to do a lot of algebra, and part of not making mistakes in algebra involves some strategies that you can use to simplify things when they start to get complicated. So this problem up here, solve for y, was something that came up naturally in the calculus class that I was teaching. But this was something that the calculus students kind of lost their, well, some of the calculus students sort of lost their way in while they were solving it. So if we're going to solve, we need to isolate y by the end. We need to say like y equals stuff that doesn't involve y. So here's what the calc students did. The calc students said, okay, let's multiply by the denominator. So we've got like 1 minus y times c e to the rt. And then they thought, well, okay, maybe let's multiply in. So c e to the rt, and then minus y c e to the rt. And then this is sort of like where they started to feel like they were losing their way, and they weren't sure what to do next. So here's the blob strategy. The blob strategy is replace a complicated expression. It doesn't have to be that complicated, but here I see c e to the rt happening twice. And this is part of what's making the problem visually feel more overwhelming. So I'm going to replace that complicated expression with a simple one while I'm manipulating it. So if you want to do what a formal mathematician would do, they would say let p, they define a new variable, let p equal c e to the rt, and so then you could rewrite it as p minus yp, and already that looks easier. This is great for formal work, so if you were going to submit this in a paper for somebody else. But if you're just doing algebra for yourself, you just want to kind of not lose track of what you're doing and get to the end, I don't think there's any real reason to name it with letter P. You can just use blob. So here's what blob looks like. Y, 1 minus y equals blob. And blob is just that c times e to the rt. Okay, so let's solve it. Y equals 1 minus y times blob. I will multiply in blob. So I've got blob minus y blob. In order to isolate y, I need to get all the y things on one side. So let's add y blob. And I see that there's y in both terms. So I've got y times, blob plus 1 equals blob. And so now you've got y equals blob over blob plus 1. And now we can substitute back in for blob. So y equals c times e to the rt over c times e to the rt plus 1. And that's a great solution.